Yeah, just hard, can he run tackle, showing all his technical ability that we know he's to just get that ball out of the foot and then just slide the pass through. I think it's set up for the matchup we talked about in midfield. You've got Bassam Rashid from East Bengal trying to get on the ball, break up play. You've got some creative flair. Obegan in there, midfield three. Have to see who's going to come out best in that battle.
Interesting to see Sahal being left out of this one, given how much he's been among the goals and the assists, and just generally all the entertaining football that Mohamed have been trying to produce. And possibly trying to foster some competition as well for those number 10 roles. Panos Paris has also got some Zelko.
It's interesting at the moment, you can see Bengal just dropping off a little bit, getting organised, getting compact. They're a team, even if you look at the last game against Portugal, Delhi 61% possession, so they're like to have the ball, but at the moment having to suffer just a little bit without it. They get into that bank of five, that last line, that defensive line of five, just try and stay really organised and compact.
Listen for Jamie McLaren. Look at goal and then something went down just in time.
Yeah, that'll suit. Just early sight of goal. We see a little thumbs up. Great little movement. Good striker's instinct. Just drifts a little bit wider off the shoulder. Really hard to mark. Just able to get it out his feet. If you look at try and work the keeper a little better.
Very good defensive back. It doesn't get it right. Already a couple of times he's been going down the left, looking threatening, but no final product.
It's also an early sight to perhaps a kind of Gilling East Bengal goal. Just nice to get a comfortable save, low down early, just get a feel for that ball. You want to settle in. Elite in their mentality, they'll still just want to get comfortable in the game and get a little feel for the intensity, the atmosphere that cup finals produce. A little bit different to anything else they'll experience.
Thapa trying to power past Danny Ramirez, he didn't allow that. Sets up nicely for Zelkovic, who went between both Rashid and Jeetson before he was halted. And the first free kick, decent challenge. That's what Mohamed thought. Hardik Butt brought down. That's another interesting battle between the two players. Subhashish goes against Hardik Butt.
Yeah, key matchup. Just almost takes the ball inside and tries to get away. That little dribble up the pitch, but gets caught. Kept trying to keep going, but wasn't able to.
It's good to see Munby getting a lot of space down the right. They're trying to use him as an outlet. Great challenge from Peke, perfectly timed as well. Gupta gets up and gets on with it.
Yeah, really key and crucial.
Here comes Zelkovic. Looks into the box. Excellent covering initially, and then the shot. And just trickles past the post. And the game turns into an end-to-end match for about 60 seconds, with both teams having chances to run down the wing.
Yeah, it's brilliant setup for an absolute cracking game, because at one end East Bengal go on the attack and it's a really good strong challenge, and then within moments it's straight at the other end of the pitch. It's a really strong break. Zelkovic is able to cut through, just not able to get the ball across, but it just shows that you just can't rest. You can't be too comfortable. The moment that you're attacking, you've got to get ready to defend straight away. It's end to end and it's set up brilliantly so far. Only 9 minutes into the game, going end to end at the moment.
It might be conservative selections when it comes to the team sheets, but nothing like that on the pitch. Here's Rashid. Nice drive for Bipin.
Oh!
East Bengal have the first save. Indian football's serial winner Bipin Singh has scored the opener in this Indian All-Europe Cup final.
It's absolute top-class movement. Bipin Singh is brilliant. He's earned the chance, he's earned the opportunity, with a darting run just in behind that back line of Mo McGann, who just weren't able to get close to him. Really intelligent play, and he just gets that shot. You can just see off the shoulder, just able to try and guide it through, and it's a wonderful finish to set this game alive.
Excellent finish. Knew exactly what he was doing. East Bengal get the important opener. Antonio Lopez Havas is back in familiar territory, which is leading in the Kolkata derby.
Oh, I love that movement so much. As a winger, he could have just held its width. He plays it wide and he looks to deliver, but he sees an opportunity to dart inside, straight through the heart of Mo McGann's back four, that defensive line. And the quality of the pass just gives him an opportunity just to swing across it with the left, able to try and get good contact.
This time it's Edmund. Shifts it off to his right. What a great start! First Bipin, and now Edmund.
Second goal. Wow!
Using East Bengal time once again. The reigning champions of Indian football, playing like champions play. It's 2-0 in the Salt Lake.
Yeah, not able to catch your breath. You're still looking at the previous opening goal, and then they just hit you straight away with a counter attack. They look devastating. They've got pace to burn. They're aggressive with the ball. Edward just shifts it onto that right foot, sees the opportunity to strike. Does look like it's taken a little deflection. Rahul Beke just seems like he's clipped the outside of his foot, but it's his time, it's his moment. Edmund puts his team 2 goals to the good. It's an absolute treat to start on the biggest stage.
Early tears from Mohan Bagan Supergiant. And both goals coming from that same side. Opportunistic but brilliant strikes. And this is the new East Bengal one, isn't it, Andy? We've seen them create chances in the past, we've seen them come close, but we've never seen them play with such swagger.
The atmosphere's gone up tenfold, the intensity's gone up. Mo McGann have had an absolute horror of a start, just weren't able to get themselves organised after that opening goal, just took the wind out of the sails, and within a moment the same's happening again. They're just retreating back to their own goal, and it's just brilliant attacking football, East Bengal at the moment.
Jai Gupta's cross was menacing as Alberto Rodriguez cleared it away. East Bengal committing a lot of bodies forward. Rashid constantly ticking, driving again and making up the yards. Well left by Edmund for Bipin. I wonder whether Bipin was offside. Edmund did make an initial move towards the ball, and maybe that's why the decision went against East Bengal.
Actually just letting Antonio Lopez Havas know that I think it's the intent to go for the ball, but actually he's dipping just straight, probably straight offside himself. It just gives us a moment to try and catch our breath, because we're waxing lyrical about the quality of Bipin Singh's opening goal. I'm going on and on about it. I'm so impressed with the movement for him to be across and get the quality strike on goal. We're having a look at the replays, and then all of a sudden we're going at it again with such quality. Edmund on that occasion just been able to drive in at the back line and get his shot off, takes that little nick, the outstretched leg, but it's just a brilliant strike.
Bulgaria getting caught in possession, trying to do too much on his own. Here's Jackson. Nice little shift, but there was no one on the other wing. Edmund managed to be in the mood for more. He's surrounded by dark shirts. Winston tries to release the forward and Jake McLaren. Caught slightly wider than he would like. Liston's back into it. Rashid got enough of the ball right in front of the referee. Play goes on. East Bengal go on. Here's Hardik Butt. Pippin. Another cross towards Jai Gupta. There was an overhead attempt just before that. Has to be better communication between the two. Edmund should be mature enough to know that Jai Gupta has a better chance of heading that towards goal than him connecting with an acrobatic effort.
Yeah, really dangerous, promising attack again. East Bengal just flying down the wing. Just looked like it was Jay Gupta to the back post who had the better opportunity in terms to arrive and get something on it. But Edmund was more central, took the decision for the overhead kick, got it all wrong. Lucky he actually didn't hurt his teammate in the process, but just trying to think now, Mo McGann, what's your way of getting yourself back in this game? You just got to try and dig in for 10 minutes now and get yourself settled. You can see the foul, just trying to spin and turn away. Ali now will just try and get this back line organised for this wide free kick.
Confident start from East Bengal. Thapa delivers this as Mohammedan goes searching. Again, well organised at the back as well. That's something that Hamas has added. A little bit of steel to what was already a very attack-minded East Bengal squad from last year. Goes. And gives this to Palasa.
Yeah, I do really like the shape and the structure of how East Bengal set up this back three. When they need to dig in for a little bit, they can turn it into a back five. The wing backs just drop in. But I really think they're really invested in it. Really committed to what they're doing. Pippin, you can see there he's dropping all the way back to help his wing back out. We've got the quality of Jeets and Singh in the middle of the park. He seems to cover every blade of grass. And that insurance policy just on the edge of the box. And Bassam Rashid, just that almost control of that destroyer in the middle, sits in front of that back three. And there's the man with the world on his mind at the moment, how he can try and get his side back in the game. It's a really difficult opening start. But tactically, you have to say East Bengal have got it all right.
Amazon Bay was just understanding the sheer weight of expectation. Edmund, great idea, excellent work to get ahead of Alberto Rodriguez, who does not like to be bullied. Listen, inviting Hardik Bhat into a challenge and then delivering something very nice. But Amber Ali said, I'm going to spoil the party.
Yeah, he defended that all day. Amar Ali, fortunate to have spent time with him and seen training, and what a brilliant trainer as well. And he just seems to be so convincing, defending crosses, always seems to take strong positions, scans well, reads the game, just redirects that out harm's way. You'll see a different way of how they set up this East Bengal side when the set plays. Just for our viewers, real tactical observation that some of the players will just be allocated to mark a certain area of the zone of the penalty box, and others will be assigned a play that they have to man mark. So a mixture of zonal and man-to-man marking.
Thapa. Just taken away before it could bounce in front of Lesson, and then he had to be dragged back. Ramirez gives the free kick away. Might be a little too close to get it up and over, but with Liston on the ball, you never know.
Yeah, it just took a little bit too long. Daniel Ramirez just got trying to tow the ball away and just seemed to get it caught in his feet, and then a slight little touch, wasn't it? No hesitation in going down in the dangerous area. You can see it's a clear shirt pull right on the edge. It's a dangerous position to concede a free kick in.
It's all rain and thunder now at the Salt Lake. performance. Rapsukan Gill showing why he's the number one.
Yeah, that competition for places. Lachenko on the bench. This late afternoon cup final, but it's a lovely save. Just tips it over. I think that was the side he was always going to go. Listen to his right, to Rapsukan Gill's left. Gets a good solid hand. Another corner to defend now.
Tapa takes into the near post, smashed away without any pressure on him by Ramirez. Nervous moments in the stands on the touchline. Long way to go, of course. Mohan Super Giant know they have enough in the tank to claw their way back. But that is not in the culture of Mohan Bagan over the last few years. They are used to winning. They're used to winning with ease. And for all good reason, of course. For the quality they've always possessed. And more so against their rivals from Kolkata. Apuya, play goes on. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Picked up by Hardik Bhatt. Here's Ramirez quickly out of the seat. Edmund past the keeper. Oh, wonderful! Alive and furious and restless. He's been rolling to
It'll go down as one of the great Indian Oil Durand Cup goals. It's a brilliant team goal. And all the credit in the end goes to that man for putting the ball in the back of the net. He goes through. Edmund just takes it round the outcoming. Vishal Katham just slots it into the goal to put his side in an unbelievably strong position now.
It was Chandan Das in 2004 who scored a brace to give East Bengal their 16th Indian Oil Durand Cup. This time it is Edmund Lalwindika who's turning the salt of the Salt Lake into tears on the cheeks of Mohan Bagan's fans. 3-0. And it's just half time in the first half.
They just look so threatening every time they get the ball. They saw the energy, relentless. I think there's a difference in attitude and application to this East Bengal side now. They've got the individual skills, but he's managed to get a team together, a team united. Antonio Lopez Hamas has got to take so much credit because they're working for each other. There's a harmony between this group, there's a togetherness, and they're building something very special. And now they're doing it on the biggest stage of all.
Do Mohan Bagan have an answer? Can East Bengal be calm and composed in the face of this windfall? Poked forward for Zelkovic. Flashes across Rapsukan Gill and his clubs.
The looks on the faces of this Mohan Bagan side just say it all. They look absolutely shell-shocked. They don't seem to have an answer. Quality of East Bengal, they're just absolutely relentless at the moment.
Apuya, loose. And never before have Apuya and Thapa been so comprehensively outplayed in midfield.
Yeah, Apuya, he lost the ball in midfield and he went chasing after it, isn't it, for that third goal. As we can just see, just a little stamp as he gets turned. Knows what he's doing, and he runs at it straight away. Hardik Bhatt takes the contact, goes down. But they regain the ball in the central area of midfield. Apuya goes chasing, And from that moment, you can just see the shirts of East Bengal flooding forward. And it's just a great little combination and clever play. And then one just ghosts in. I think it was so casual the way he just took it round. Vishal Kait in the Mahan began goal and just slotted it home.
Listen down the left. First time ball is teasing and first real chance for Mohan Bagan Super Giant.
Yeah, they're stunned. They're absolutely shell-shocked.
Well, if it stays like this, it could be the biggest winning margin in an Indian Oil Durand Cup final, but we can't really get there so fast. We're just 25 minutes gone. Thapa needs more pace on there, surely. As Jai Gupta heads it away. Now Apuya. Back in the box. East Bengal rise up in unison. Jai Gupta looks up. Trying to fizz that. Apuya well aware of his surroundings. As Chante looks on. Will he get a little bit of game time? And Miguel is also on the bench. So this is what it means, Panos in Paris, when you play a derby in Kolkata. And the first one was a win, but it's all very quickly forgotten in this part of India.
Yeah, I think you might have to go to your bench. I thought a brilliant shot there of the players like Chante. You look at Sahal as well, he's had the most goal contributions in the tournament so far. Is it an opportunity just to get him on into the game? Can't wait till half time, just might have to make the change on the half-hour mark and try and get an opportunity to switch things up a little bit, whether that's your team shape, whether that's your tactic, because clearly they're getting absolutely blown out of the water by such a strong, impressive East Bengal side who are running right here.
Just about to ask you, Andy, when the teams are picked and when a player like Sahal who's had such a fantastic tournament, he's not in the 11, I wonder what goes on in the minds of those in the dressing room, whether Mohan Bagan started on the back foot. As you look at this attack, we can come back to that point. Here's Liston. Good challenge from Anwar Ali. Subhashish twisting and turning. Thapa. Jamie McLaren on the turn. It's high and wide.
Yeah, it's a really good point, and the person or the team that will have been most pleased with it would have been East Bengal when them tee sheets are read out and you get to have your meetings before the game and exchange the teams. As soon as you notice that he's not in the side, Sahal, you look at his goal contributions, in terms of goals and assists, highest so far in this 135th edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. You've got him as scoring 5 goals as well. You just think, well, that's one of their biggest threats out of the way. Gives you confidence as a side to know that one of their biggest players is not starting. And I know that obviously East Bengal have missed Bibi Vishnu as well, who's been really strong and impressive, but they don't like they've missed one of their main men tonight.
The same questions raised about Abbas and his selection as well. When we saw Jai Gupta at left wing back, shifting back to 3 centre-backs once more and not picking economy, as he could have played down that wing in one of their more typical 4-3-3 shapes, but he seems to have got this one right. As we see a yellow card and come out against Danny Ramirez. Chungunga arranges himself. Hardik Bhatt. And now Wasim Rashid, ground gobbler. Here's Sandeep Mandi. And all these players have raised their game, and in terms of the football they played last term and with this one. Here's Bipin, whose consistency simply cannot be praised enough. Thapa, with his famous vision, he's found Jamie McLaren pretty wide.
Yeah, it's a little bit better though. You can see the stunt that Rome McGann found an absolute shell shock what's happened in this opening 30 minutes of the game. As you see, Jeremy McLaren again just peels off into a little bit of a wider area. You can see as soon as he takes that first touch, he's only got one thing on his mind. It is a long way out. He just isn't able to cut across the ball, get it into the goal, go for the far corner, just cuts across it and goes to the goalkeeper's left.
And this is your area, Andy, now, because at this break, and this is fairly new over the last few years, but surely the coach is going to be reminding them of what the strengths are. So there has to be information given in terms of where the gaps are coming from and how East Bengal are sitting very comfortably at the back right now.
Yeah, the data is now suggesting that there's a lot of opportunities for goals in these moments after the refreshment breaks. These hydration breaks are causing players to get a lack of concentration, lack of refocus. As we can see, what an incredible start we've had. It was a brilliant opening goal, Dipin Singh, great celebration to match, but it was just one-way traffic, couldn't catch our breath, and then within a moment it was doubling the lead. On that occasion it was Edmund, just able to cut back on his right foot and get the ball into that bottom corner.
Just so much space in midfield as well. You never really see Mohan Bagan allow so much time. But it's not just that, it's not about them not being at their best, it's about East Bengal being at their best. Maybe that's what can explain the scoreline at this point.
Yeah, they've run riot, they've been so strong. And I think it's the shape that the play as well, that back three, it just allows Hardik Bhatt, you saw him in that final clip, he was almost as a winger, and he occupies the fullback, which is a really hard thing to do. If he occupies the fullback, it allows Bipin Singh just to roll inside and get a little bit of creativity and a little bit of free space. It's really genius work by Abbas on the East Bengal bench, but we're talking about Mohan Bagan. They've got to try and regroup, they've got to use that moment to change something in terms of what they're doing. And for East Bengal, they've got to make sure that they stay strong for the next 5 minutes, don't concede, just make sure they kill any momentum or any opportunity that Mohan Bagan might try and present themselves now.
The game also needs a certain calm. Ever since the first goal, or ever since the first two attacks, in fact, Andy, we mentioned how it had suddenly turned into an end-to-end match. And we thought it was just about a moment, but ever since then the tempo has just been so high, and it continues to be. Here's Manveer, nice dummy, tempted to shoot, and he scores. Mohan Bagan get one back, and it is the ever-reliable Manveer Singh who makes it 3-1. Clean sheet wiped out, and this final is very much on.
Yeah, talked about only moments ago, Manveer Singh, most shots on target, 9 so far in the competition, make that 10 and a goal to add to the tally. We mentioned it just in the hydration break, the moments, the data's telling us, all the evidence is there, that teams are switching off straight after that hydration break, and it's a brilliant goal for a winger. He's just able to put back, doesn't need to deliver the cross, he just put back onto his left foot. Although was just stroke and guide that ball into the far corner.
Babo Mana
He'll be disappointed, not able to get a strong hand on him, but he gets himself and gets his team back in the game, gives them a lifeline. Mohan Bagan back down to 3-1.
Nice also in the same either there. East Bengal were running away with the Indian oil 2-run cut. Mohan Bagan just hit pause on that particular plan.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. As you've seen it in recent months, other competitions as well, and for us here in the Indian Oil Durant Cup, you see it. Teams should switch off that hydration bench, killing momentum. Players aren't able to refocus. It's driving coaches mad. How many goals that field has come to it.
They found some of their voice back. Some of the volume returns to the Salt Lake, because now both halves are into this.
Saw him then, Anwar Ali just on the close-up, just marshalling his team. I think that's what they're going to need for a few moments now. Whether a little bit of momentum, whether the Storm get nice and compact, get together. Just make sure that that lead isn't cut even further.
Rashid. Good vision. Edmund